welcome into the living room for another episode of Because Life Can Be a Niche podcast. I'm excited because I'm not in the living room by myself. I have the amazing, talented, wonderful, y'all have to get into it so you can hear how great she is. But I have Tamara
Goldinella.
And
I'm glad she asked me because it's like I get everything. It's Tamara Goldinella.
Tamara Goldinella. I always want to say Tamara.
Everybody does.
I don't know why that is.
Because most people are Tamara.
But I look at it, it clearly is spelled like Tamara. Clearly. But baby.
It's okay because there's like 4 pronunciations and I'm okay.
That's good. See, that's how my name is, except it's not a whole lot of my government name, Catricela.
Oh.
So it's 1,000 pronunciations of how that goes down. But y'all, I got on when Goldinella, baby, I wore my Shangalines and my shine and stuff, because when you got somebody named Goldinella, you got to come golden. So,
I love it.
So we're going to get into it. First of all, I mean, I'm not going to ask you to just bust out and sing. That's what I want to do. But I ain't gonna do that, y'all. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna let you get your tea.
Turn this tea in. Yeah, let me get to this sip.
We're gonna have to take a sip, y'all. We're gonna have to look. I'm not singing now because y'all know. Tone deaf, baby. Completely tone deaf.
I think I saw you doing something one day, and I just touched the screen and said, "Listen."
Thank you. Take me to the cross. Because I already know. I know I can't sing. That's why I have people who came around me. And when they sing it, I lip sync. That's what I do. But we're going to get on into it. I first saw you, I believe it was this event in downtown Lawrenceville. You remember that cute little spot that would host artists? I can't remember the name of it. Something on the square.
Only. It was
wine only.
Wow, you met me there?
That's where I first saw you.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, she's good. The next time I see her with a performance, I'm going to go and watch. But I started following you then.
Okay.
And I said, okay, well, because, I mean, there were amazing artists that came to this location. And I was like, okay, well, let me follow her. So when she does something, and every time it was always a conflict. Like when you have an event, I'm like, man, I can't go. I finally saw you in person again, Valentine's Day.
Yes. I thought that was our first time. I didn't know you knew me before that.
Oh, girl, I had been following you before then. Yes, I sure had. And so I was like, okay, your voice, incredible.
Thank you.
But then you do so much more.
Yeah. So
much more than just an artist. But let's start with the music first.
Absolutely.
So just tell, I mean, how did you get started? And where are you in the music industry business like right now? I mean, what are you doing? What are you working on?
Yeah. Well, like most artists, I started with the creative. My gift was found in school. My elementary school teacher just gave me the solos all the time. And she was like, listen, this is special. I'm going to nurture this. You have to learn theory. She was a classical and musical theater background teacher. So she started me in musical theater. Once that seed was planted, I started getting all the lead roles in the plays, all of the prominent roles that had strong vocal necessity, all of that, all throughout high school. I did a competition in the Bronx that was televised, and that's where the creative met the business of music, because music business is very different from music. So I probably was like 16 or so years old. One of the judges, she's passed away now, but was considered a mother in the music industry. Her husband on several artists, all the way from Frankie Lyman. That's how deep they go. Yeah, artists, albums, and different things like that. She also worked in the theater realm. She told me, young lady, stop singing. She's like, I know you won this competition and you're about to fly. I can see it. But she said, stop singing. Learn the business and then come back. So, 16, 15, I'm like, wow, this woman is crazy.
Right. Who want to stop singing? Right.
I was like, okay, this woman is so crazy. But it was a seed that was planted and it started to grow.
Okay.
Because what happened to me in my life after that made sense, because it was like God was planting the seed for the information to come. I had to do an internship in high school. I chose, of course, to do it in the arts. I started interning with a theater company in my hometown. I started learning, oh, wow, it's a lot before you get on stage.
A whole heap of stuff.
I'm like, what is rehearsal?
Right.
I'm like, rehearsal and performance is like this much compared to development, marketing, and all of that.
Right.
So here, the seed she planted, everything is starting to make sense.
The business.
Yes, the business started to come. And trust me, while this was going on, I had no idea this was going on. This is hindsight talking about the journey that I experienced. So that happened. Then I went to college, and of course I had to study because my elementary teacher said, you have to know theory, you have to study. So I said, Mom, are you going to help me with this? Because you got to pay these people. So my mother put me in one of the top performing arts programs in New York City, Kappa Studios. A lot of child artists, child stars in New York that were coming out of there. She put me in there in dance, music. I excelled at vocals. I did not really like ballet. That wasn't for me. African was cool. I liked that, but I was really excelling in voice. It was obvious that was what was for me. Yeah, and acting too, but voice was just excelling against everything. So did that, went to college, studied concert choir, and got introduced to gospel, Black gospel.
Okay.
A lot of people have that story of, oh, I've come from the church, the Black church I started. I didn't come from that. My church, while we were Black, we were Caribbean, and we had strong ties to like the holiness music and like classic hymns like this. Like I didn't come from Black gospel music. So I had to find that on my own. There was a young lady in my church that kind of introduced that to us, but our church was like fighting that sound. So I didn't really get the strong butt of it. So I went to college and I joined this Black gospel choir, actually called Black Voices.
Oh, yeah.
So Black Voices just, helped shape the identity of what my sound was, because even though I was in classic and I was in musical theater, I got a lot of no's. Your voice has too much water in it. Your voice has too much rasp. It's not light enough. It's not this, it's not that. Yeah, they're like, it's not a Black woman's voice, but it's too heavy for this. Like I used to get those type of undertones. So I didn't really understand my voice. I didn't understand my art. I didn't understand my sound. And when I coupled that with the Black Voices choir, they were like, you're a jazz singer.
Oh, really?
I was like, jazz? What?
Right.
I immediately started studying jazz. I started taking courses in college right then and there. I was like, oh, wow, I am connected to this sound.
I love some jazz. Now, jazz is my favorite genre of music, but that's how you discovered it in gospel.
In the Black gospel. They were like, you don't sing like Kimberell, but you use the tonality, you do the bending of the voice. They were like, you're not a straight Black gospel singer. They were like, you have a lot of jazz. And I was just like, I gotta figure out what this jazz thing that they're trying to talk about. Everything came to hold. Musical theater is jazz, but I wasn't being taught it from a Black perspective. My music teacher was a white woman, that type of perspective. I wasn't given the Ella Fitzgeralds and all of them until college. So everything just started to make sense. So back to the business side of it, I was like, I have to either get a job in New York or I have to start an internship. Some way I have to keep the business side flowing. So I got an internship, and literally it was with the #1 record label in the world.
What?
Yeah. like back to back. My life was just flowing. I mean, and I did it the regular way. I didn't know anybody. I didn't have any hookups. I didn't have no auntie, no uncle.
No connections.
I put my resume in there. I was like, I need college credit. I want this internship. And I got this internship.
Girl, look at you. God was positioning you.
He was setting it up for the longest time. So that was it. Once you work in the record label, I learned not only the business, but I learned the dark side. I learned the other business. And at the time, we would call it, there's an industry side of the business, but there's an industry side of the business. So I was learning both at the same time, and they both work together. Like within that industry, that level, they are married together. So if you don't know both sides, and whoever is watching me, you know what I'm talking about, you're not going to do very well. You're not going to understand how this game is played. So I learned that very, very early.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah, very, very early. I ended up going back home because I actually went to college in Virginia. I went back home to New York after college and decided to do grad school. My grad school is like right around the corner from the record label. I'm not going to say the names because there'll be all type of legal stuff happening these days.
Yeah, and we don't want nobody.
We don't want no problems. We don't want no problems, okay?
Don't be marking this and stamping this.
Yeah, like, I'm going to go check them. No. I'm going to call my auntie. No.
That's
you're
right.
Not, you're not.
Right.
You're not doing that.
We're not giving you that power today. We want you to like it and share.
Exactly. So, yeah, one of the artists that I worked with went diamond. Like, oh wow, it was just so much activity, so much learning how this money, because I mean, it was just a lot of money.
Yes.
Transacting to make things happen. I learned the artwork side. I learned the curation side. I learned promotions. I learned A&R. It was just like everything I needed to know. Like my mentor said, learn the business. I was just learning. And then I realized, I was like, I don't think this is me, but it's me. Like, I fit because the passion and the love is there, and music is everything. But there were certain things that did not sit well with me and my person. So I was just kind of the one just like, she belong here, but she don't belong here. Like, who are you? Like, you kind of strange. You kind of different. This like all those vibes, all those experiences, all of that. So what did that mean to today? Because that was the last part of your question, right? Basically, and to anybody who's watching, when you invest or with your children or any of you who are watching who want to go into this business, it's as serious as it is. All the rumors you hear, they're very true. This is, I know bad PR is a way to stimulate traction and all those different types of things. But a lot of it in the music industry is very, very true. It's just like that. There is a strong spiritual presence. Those of you who know about the 7 mountains, the music industry is the heart of the 7 mountains of music. The film industry, all of those, they play a very, very big role in the shaping of our lives and who we are. And a lot of people did not make it out of the music industry, either alive. We know a lot of our rappers particularly didn't make it out alive. There's a lot of violence. There's a lot of undertones of competition and greed and different things like that. The self-esteem attack is just crazy. So you know about the drug abuse, the liquor, all of those different types of things. And a lot of violence. A lot of violence against women, a lot of violence against people of certain different orientations. It's true. It's all true. So I had to figure out how I was going to stay connected, but not be a part of that part. So I got really, really big into ownership. The word ownership became very, very important to me. And my last class in grad school was event planning.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It was event.
Sense.
Yeah.
Perfect sense.
Yeah. We had to do a PR campaign. We had to get a sponsor because they weren't giving us any money. And we had to pull this event off.
Oh, you did a real event.
Oh, we had to do a real event.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. They meant business.
Oh, yeah. Or you failing
Literally.
and you coming back. So.
And you're going to pay us some more money to get this event going.
Yeah. So we had to find the money, everything they taught us. We had to pull it off, and we did that. We realized that, okay, this is very expensive. This is New York. We had, you know, the location alone, you know, different things like that. So my life was just building towards where God was taking me. And at the time, I didn't know what exactly, even to today, I feel like I still only have like half of the picture. But it's definitely for me to be built and for me to build others. So, you know, rolling around in New York, doing entertainment business stuff, Atlanta starts to come up. Yes. You know, my position, like my boss, he got fired and he started working at another record label down in Soho. One department fizzled, which is what I really wanted to go because I didn't want to be in the department where I was anymore. And I was like, what's going on? What's going on? The music industry, like a lot of us are just going to Santa Monica. A lot of us are just going to Santa Monica. I was like, ooh, do I want to go to LA? I was like, ooh, I don't know. You know, New York is home. You know, it's home, it's home, it's home, it's home. LA is cool, it's active, it's flourishing, but it's not New York. Do I really want to do that? So I decided I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to LA. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm not going to LA. So I trained someone else to go over to LA, and they just had me there. They was like, well, your department that you really want to go to is not here. You didn't want to go to LA, so what do you want to do? I was like, I'm just going to do nothing. They said, oh, no. I didn't know they liked me like that. Yeah. Yeah, because the music industry is very indisposable. It's like disposable. Like, nobody cares. Everybody wants your seat. They were like, no. We got something for you. I was like, what you got? They were like, we got A&R. I was like, okay, which A&R? Because there's two types. There's the desk type, where y'all got me writing letters to Obama. And then you got... Then you got the, you know, in the street side where I'm out there trying to find artists and bring to the label to the side. Which type of stuff? The desk one. I was like, oh, writing letters to Obama. I was like, well, looking at this apartment I got in these New York streets, and there's no help. Right. Do I even have a backup plan right now? No, I don't. So we just gonna go there anyway. Okay, fine. So I stayed there. I was very unhappy, of course, and I was just trying to figure it out. And I was like, I need to start my own thing. So I started doing my own events. Get out of here. I started doing my own events. I was like, I learned this thing. I know what it takes. I know how to do this. I've been doing this since high school. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's make it happen. I started doing my own events right in Harlem. In New York? In New York. Harlem, New York. I was like, okay, Harlem is, for me at the time, it was the least expensive as far as location, because you want to have something in Soho, Manhattan, Midtown, and forget it. It's like on your own, you know? So I was like, I'm going to start in Harlem, and my best friend and I, we used to just walk the streets of Harlem and advertise. I was so slim. Oh my God. Don't look at me right now. Literally walking the streets, just walking the streets, advertising. Just barbershops, whatever, who was open. Oh we walked from 72nd to like 135th, just advertising. Oh my goodness. Advertising. And that's how it got out. It was good. It was strong, but New York is very busy. Okay. And still, you still have to like get in the trust of New Yorkers to come to your event. Because like, you know about the Apollo. Right. New Yorkers will boo your stuff. So quick. So quick. It's like, who are you? What's the level? Like, what exactly? Right. You know, and I was charging. So people want to know, you know, this was like free stuff. Because we ain't had no free fees like that. We couldn't afford that type of stuff. Y'all had to pay. We got to pay these people. That's right. Exactly. So yeah, I started doing that. And I was just like, this has to go bigger. This has to go bigger. This has to go bigger. Went too big. Went too big. Is there a such thing? What's too big? Oh my God, $37,000 too big. I'll never forget. That's pretty big. My first big loss in life. I was like, did I just lose $37,000?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Loss.
Yeah.
How do you lose 37,000? Like Sweet Daddy said on Good Times, 1,000 times 37. How you lose 37,000? What in the world happened?
Yeah. Growing too fast.
Okay.
Overestimating, and really just being ambitious.
Okay.
Ambition, you have to be careful. This is one of the life lessons that I've learned to this day.
Again.
You have to, in business, measure, is this emotion or is this practical wisdom? Okay. And when I listen to the billionaires of today, if they don't understand it, they don't invest.
That is so true.
And that level, I still didn't have that level of knowledge. I knew $10,000, but $40,000, $50,000, no. So it's a whole different ball game. Really, I should have hired this, hired that, but I didn't. Okay. And it was just a mess. It was a mess. Still kind of operating on the friends and family, helping out level. I probably should have gotten a company to give me talent, different things like that. I can say from hindsight, and the marketing alone, it just wasn't enough. I didn't invest enough in marketing, and I didn't see it. I didn't see the budget for marketing should have been $37,000, not the whole trying to pull this whole thing off. $37,000. So lack of wisdom, coupled with ambition and emotion. We could do this. It's gonna happen. Right. No, it's not.
Where did it fall? Was the money because you had to pay the artist? How did you lose, or did you not sell enough tickets, or?
I didn't get the profit back.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't get the profit back.
Okay.
The tickets, they sold, but not in the way I wanted them to sell. The other streams of income did not come in, because you don't want to just do tickets and different things like that.
That's right.
And, also too, I would, even to this day, when you have to force it, when you have to rush it, whatever it is, even if it's a relationship, don't do it.
Girl, say that again.
When God is not lining it up, you saw how I was talking about the other part of my life, stuff was just happening because I was in His will. When God is not opening the door, don't kick it.
Right.
Because there's going to be some stuff on the other side.
Yes, it is. Don't even put your ear to it to see what's open.
No.
Just wait.
It's not flowing.
It ain't for you yet.
People who know me today, I'll be like, it's not flowing. Nope, we ain't doing it. Thank you, though.
Right.
Thank you.
Bless you.
It's not flowing, and I'm not going.
Right.
So, I learned that the hard way.
That is a big life lesson to learn. Yeah. So how do you make that money back when you lose like that? How did you rebound from that? And what made you stay? What made you stay in this business?
Kids, listen up. So a sister had some graduate degrees, and she went back to get a job. It's real simple.
I thought you spent to impart some kind of...
Honey, you thought it was going to be floaty and roady, right? Yeah. And God just came in like a rushing wind, and money just showed up.
Money started falling out.
No, He sent my black behind to work. And I had to go back home to mama. Speaking of Atlanta, when I moved here to Atlanta, because that's pretty much what done me.
That's what got you here.
That event did me in New York. Right. Yeah, I could not live there. I moved to Jersey. Shout out to my Jersey guys. Y'all know I was there for 6 months. A sister was still broke. I was like, wait a minute, I moved to Jersey to save. What's going on? Jersey City was crazy expensive. It was literally, my life was like, we call it 6-6 even. I was breaking even. I was like, I'm not saving money and moving to Jersey. 6 months to Jersey, I said, peace. Atlanta, here I come. All right. And, my family had done the migration. I was the only one left in New York.
So everybody was all.
Oh, everybody. My sister had started that migration at the time, like 20 years prior to that. Yeah. She moved here when a 5-bedroom house was $88,000.
Oh, girl, she moved a long time ago. So yeah, I was like, all right, here I come, because my mama ain't here, and I need somewhere to live. So yes, I ended up coming down to Atlanta. Was that whole thing of depressed for like a year. You know, decided I was gonna be an educator. Yeah. Oh. I was like, I don't know what to do with these degrees, but, you know, I can teach what I know. Right.
To this day, I don't know how, and I don't say the university's name either, how this university found me. I don't remember applying. Really? I don't, to this day, I don't remember applying. Yeah. Literally showed up, here go that flow again. Here's your textbooks. I was like, where the interview at? What's going on? Right. Y'all don't know who I am? She's like, okay, you want an interview? I was like, all right, yeah, I want an interview. I want to know what's going on because, you know, I had did like a little middle school and high school teaching and tutoring and stuff, but I've never done collegiate level education and stuff. So she's just like, yeah, write a little essay too. I was like,
a little essay, okay.
So you want me to do a handwritten essay and you don't want to give me no interview? I didn't know what was going on with them. Right. So I was like, listen, can I shadow one of your professors that's been here pretty, you know, one of your 10-year professors, something like that? Because I don't know what I'm doing. And I didn't want to tell them that, but I wanted to make sure that they knew I wanted to get it right. She was like, oh, yes, you know. So she hooked me up with one of the doctors that were there. I shadowed her for like a couple of weeks. I was like, oh, okay. I got this.
Send me my students.
You know, I thought I was going to have to be like, you know, da-da-da-da-da. I was just like, I could literally do this and just be myself. You know, the lesson plans, all those types of stuff, that's to be learned. You discovered that, all of that. And literally, I've been educating ever since. Like now, yeah, I took a break from 2016 till just recently because I just went back to a couple of courses this year because I'm in an art school. Yes, I'm in an art college.
Really?
Yes. Art university. I have been in like general liberal arts universities like that, whatever, HBCUs. This is my first university that's totally dedicated to art, to film, to fashion. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'll come back because I had taken a break for a while. So I'm back educating again, but in a different spectrum. So yeah, make sure you got something to fall back on. It is not flowers and, you know, candy in the streets. Yeah, some people don't have family and friends to rely on, like those stories about sleeping in your car, like a lot of the majors talk about. It can get really real like that. So yeah,
and you don't want to be out there in these streets. Trust me, without a backup plan, because it is so important. Yeah, I mean, okay, so first of all, I didn't know you were in education.
Okay,
did not know that. It's layers to this. So you're down here, you're teaching now. How did you get back? Will you tell me what happened? What happened after you started teaching? Because I heard you singing. So obviously you went back to the stage at some point.
I did. When I got here, just had to stabilize myself, get my money back up, get my bag back together. And then, you know, the industry just started flowing here. 30 to 40% off to film. And I was like, oh, it's about to go down. Had it popped like how it's popping now? No. So it was a little slow. I stayed in education. But I started to find my way to the who's who, because I'm new to Atlanta. I'm like, you know, where's everybody at? It's a very different, spread out. You know, New York is like, oh, it's around the corner. Yes. You know, walk down the street, take the subway to exit, you know, whatever. Here it's like, you got to drive to this city.
Pack a lunch.
And they hiding in a house in a mansion somewhere. In the basement is the studio. I'm like, oh, okay. There's no, like, area where it's happened. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
So I just started one by one. I was just like, oh, okay. You know, Tyler Perry's over here. They're doing this. Where are the acting schools? Where are the voice teachers? Different things like that. I need to get around artists. I need to get around people who have a background in art and start with them and start to navigate. And that's what I did. So the first projects, there were so many. Some of these movies that y'all see, y'all gonna see me in them because I did so many movies when I first got here. I had like my first like actual role slapping, was it J. Anthony Brown? I think his name is J. Anthony Brown, sir. If I'm messing up your name, I'm so sorry.
That is the comedian. That is correct.
Yes, and Ricky Smiley had a television show. And J. Anthony Brown was like his uncle or something like that. Yes. Yeah. So I got like my first real role smacking him. I went out on a date with him and he got real nasty with me.
I'm trying to remember. Did I see that episode? Because I used to watch that show.
Okay, yeah.
Girl, I might not even know that was you on that, on that camera.
It was me.
I used to watch all of those episodes of Ricky's. It was so funny.
Yeah. He had like he had a twitch that day, something going on. And he twitched and said something crazy and they wanted me to smack him. I was like, y'all really want me to smack him? Girl, I smacked the heck out of that man.
That is so funny.
I was like, am I fired? So yeah, just doing what I could, you know, and the singing here in Atlanta is really about, it was the open mics. I found where those were finally. So I started singing at the open mics, started to get more contacts with actual musicians. Like, okay, time to start considering a band and who I would want to do that with, all that type of stuff. Found out that this circuit is more so about being an entertainer in that realm, and being an entertainer and being an artist is very different. Some of y'all already know that. Entertainers, you can pretty much make a living singing other people's music the rest of your life. An artist wants to create their own sound, their own look, their own machine. So I was like, do I want to be an entertainer? Do I want to be an artist? I need to be an entertainer to keep my chops up, stay on that stage, build my presence, but I have to start shifting into my own sound and going stronger into that. And that's pretty much what happened here. So I say, you know how they say New York raised you, Atlanta made you? This is where I really started to step away a little bit from the business and focus again on the artist. Like, who is Tamara Goldinella? What does she want to sing? What is she gravitating to? What sounds just make her come alive? And it started coming to Atlanta. It started coming. So I was just like, yes, that's it. So the neo soul thing, like, is big here. I don't think any neo soul artists bypass Atlanta. So thank God they come through. Yeah, the underground was big at the time. A lot of the neo soul artists were performing at the underground in Atlanta. I hope that comes back someday, somehow. Maybe it'll be me who bring it. I don't know.
That's right.
You know, so everything was just right. The sound was right. I was starting to see myself as an artist again. And I said, you know what? I'm hurt because of my $37,000. But I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to ownership. I'm going to go back to being the steerer of the ship. But let's be grounded in our faith in this time, so that our hearing of God, that our relationship of God doesn't get overstepped by our human frailties, ambition, and eagerness to grow and be big in a short amount of time, all those different stuff, just haste of life. And literally that took years. I found out so much about Tamara Goldinella. Tamara Goldinella was so used to that flow that I had earlier in my life. When that flow became, okay, you are at another level, it's going to take a little longer because I have to break you and grow you. I didn't like that.
I know.
I didn't like that at all. I was like, this is not happening quick enough. When I was 16, when I was 17, I was like, what's going on? And, you know, didn't know at the time. Now I know. You're older.
Yes.
You're older now. And it's like, you know, you can handle more. Yeah. You're more mature. And the weights get heavier.
Ooh, say that.
When you get older, because that's showing you how much you have grown.
Yes, that's right.
So I'm like, stuff is not coming easy. I'm mad. I'm mad at God.
What's taking so long?
Oh my gosh. What's taking so long?
Right.
And then I realized the growth that was happening in me, had I tried to force again, had I tried to kick down the door again, like that last time, I would be just one of those stories. Like, oh, you know, she got the fame, she got the this, but she wasn't well. She wasn't a solid woman. She wasn't grounded in her faith. She was kind of crazy, you know, different things like that. You know, a lot of artists struggle with addictions and alcohol and drugs and stuff like that. That would have been my story. I definitely can say I would have been hooked on something. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Because definitely wasn't going to be hooked on my faith.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I literally can see now that I was being protected. And because I chose to listen, I bypassed a lot. I bypassed a lot. Now, I got burnt in some phases. But when I could tell you, I'm going to write a book one day. When I can tell you the obstacles that literally the covering of God, the angels of God. I faced death 3 times for this journey of art, pursuing my career in music. I faced death 3 times, 2 hospital stays, and 1 murder. I was with a very famous rapper one night.
Who shall remain nameless?
Who shall remain nameless. Very famous rapper one night. Didn't even know he was famous at the time because, you know, I'm getting up there now. Some of these rappers and stuff like that, I don't know all of them, you know? So, you know, I'm here. Literally, I'm here. He's right here. Bullets start to flying.
What?
Yes. Bullets start to flying. I'm a New Yorker. I'm a chance and run. I ain't standing nowhere. I hopped in the truck. My truck. I don't know them from Captain D. Get in the truck. If y'all want to get out of here, get in the truck. Don't even know these people. Yeah. And I bail out of there driving with no... All I know is that you have to have your head down. That's all from the movie.
That's it. Literally. That's all you knew.
I'm like, Lord, it's better than standing here.
Was this happening in Atlanta?
This is Atlanta.
Oh, they ain't popping off in New York. They down here
this
popping
is Atlanta.
What?
Atlanta is wild.
It is.
Atlanta's wild.
It is.
Atlanta's wild. So I'm driving, can't even see, just praying I get somewhere. Oh, they're shooting from the back now. Made a mistake. What? Made a mistake. Turned down a dead end.
Oh Lord.
Had to double back past them. So now they're on my side, the driver's side. And I'm like, well, I mean, they either gonna come for us or we try to get out of here. That was just my mindset at the time. So I just, I mean, literally, and they must have heard the truck coming and the whatever, because they came back and they was blasting.
Get out of here.
Blasted. They shot that truck up to the point where the mechanic was like, were y'all in this truck?
Girl, look at God.
Were y'all in this truck? I said, sir, I was in the truck. I was in the truck. I was in the truck.
He
couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe it. He was just like, were y'all in this truck? I said, sir, I was in the truck. He said, ma'am, look at this. He said, this is a 45. He said, ma'am, look at this. This is a 22. He said, if these 22s hit you, they would have ricocheted through your body and killed you. If this 45s would have hit you, they would have blew right through your body. Were you in this truck? I said, yeah, I was in this truck. He said, this right here, this was the door of the driver's side, because the rest of the car was shot up. The only bullet that didn't penetrate, that hit but didn't penetrate, was the one that would have went through my head had it gone through the door. So to this day, I'm like, that was an angel. Yes. Some angel put their wing right there, caught that bullet. It probably backed in a little bit to the door, but it went off because it was supposed to come through my door. So when I say,
oh my God, I got chills.
When I say, everybody asks me, Tamara, are you still going? Because people know me from childhood running this thing called art and music and my journey and stuff like that. So when you say, like, Tamara, you still at this? I have to finish this. I still don't know all what I have to finish, but I cannot leave this. The signs, the journey, the layout. I have to finish this journey in art, you know, and I'm giving back as an educator to those who are to come. I also have my own music business school where I help artists, just like my mother in the art does, just really bypass the legal mistakes and the business mistake that most of these artists make.
So important.
A good 90-something% of these artists are in bad contracts. So had they met someone like I met, like my big mama, or someone like me, they would have avoided all of that. But I still have the artist left in me.
Yes.
So now it's like, okay, you're doing your education thing. I'm not doing it full time. I'm only doing it part time now because I want to make sure that I leave time for me and I leave space for me. And, you know, 2020, every artist under my breath knows what happened in 2020 to live gathering. That was just, we were just shut down. So now it's time to navigate and understand where we're going. For the year to come and see where my next is and what I'm doing. So I've been building in silence.
This is just, honey, I didn't even know we was gonna get all of this, baby. This is amazing. First of all, you to be teaching and giving back so you can help someone avoid what pitfalls there are out there. That is so important.
Yeah.
Because it was planted in you as a child, learn the business.
Yep. God
knew he wanted you to be a force in teaching the business to others way back then.
Yeah.
And it's come full circle.
Yeah.
But the artist is still in you. So what the artist got going on?
What the artist got going on? Well, this girl is going back to, because when you're in voice or when you have instrumentation, you should always be consistently a learner. It's not like, oh, I've taken all the lessons, I know all the theory, I know. No, we're always learning. So I'm going back to vocal lessons. Okay. Yeah, because when you haven't used your instrument in so long, it would be wise to do that. So I'm going back to vocal lessons to be prepared for my shows for the coming year. And I'm going back to production. So the shows that I was producing in 2020, we're going to the next level. So y'all saw me perform before. Wait till you see what we got next.
I'm ready.
Different level of production. Different level of production. So we're ready. You know, we're ready to make sure presentation is where we are. And that's it. I mean, I can't say anymore. I'm just immersed in it. Like I said, teaching now in an actual art school with artists focused on just that is amazing. And I want to get back into it too. I tell my students, I'm looking at them, I'm like, okay, I got stuff to do too. I got stuff to do too. So I'll be doing both and just enjoying this process, enjoying giving back and enjoying giving myself and receiving myself. So I'm really, really happy about that. I'm on my 3rd album. I'm in the writing phase. I am looking for new producers. I have been blessed to work with 2 Grammy award-winning producers for my first 2 albums. So go get those albums. They are quality.
Information will be in the link so y'all can go do that.
Yes, Absolutely.
Going to make it happen, Cap.
Yes. So I've been writing. I write all the time. But when you are in album mode, you got to go through all of them and say, okay, God, which ones are for this album? So I have to do that. I have to go back into them and see, okay, where am I at? What am I saying right now? Because everything for me has to be like where I'm at. Even what I wear, even what I smell like. I'm like, I'm not there today. No, what's this hair? I'm not there today.
A true artist.
Everything is a moment. We are so dramatic. We are so dramatic. We are so dramatic.
That is a good thing, though.
You know, so I'm just figuring out where I'm at today, what I want to say today. And I'm sure it's a very much different message because I've grown so much since the last album. So I'm figuring that out, and I'm excited. I'm just happy to get back on the stage again.
We ready for you.
I'm like
ready for you to get back on that stage. I mean, I just hope the world can stay open enough, and that we are healthy and well and blessed enough that we can get back to the point where we can all safely gather and support our artists. And I mean, because I will say this, and y'all got to hear this now. This lady right here, the room, when you come on stage, the whole room lights up. It's an experience. It's not just going and listening to you sing, because a lot of people can just sing, get on stage. But it's an experience. I mean, it was just like, I don't know, like we were all a family. We were all on stage with you, even though, you know, I'm going to be quiet in my mouth. But I did lip sync several times. But you just bring a light in the room with your craft and with your artistry. So y'all got to get these albums, and y'all have got to follow her and be ready when she does get back on stage. You thinking love? What you thinking? What you thinking? Is God leading you to a themed album or?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay. The last theme was my, I guess, premiere song of the last album was One Piece, because of everything that was happening. I was still in one piece. So that's where I was. Right now, I am ready for that next phase of love. I'm ready for the relationship that's purposed. I'm ready for, or I should say, I'm already in it. When you just go through life, you don't even have to be an artist, anyone, you notice that relationships change. You notice that you meet new people who you feel like you've known forever. It's like, wow, you're very new to my life, but I feel like you were meant to be in my life at this particular time. Had you come earlier, we probably would have missed each other. So my relationships are changing. My desires are changing. Being content where you are. I don't know if it was 2020 or what, but when I say I'm so happy, yes. I'm like, there's a difference between joy and there's a difference between happiness. Joy is, I mean, all hell could be breaking loose, but you still got your faith. You're still standing. You're still moving. You're still going. I'm real with Lord. I be like, Lord, I'm good on joy. I want happiness. I'm tired of being like, oh, okay, yeah, stuff is going on, but the Lord is good. I'm real excited about that. I understand that. I'm with you. Trust me, Jesus. I'm good. But I want to be like happy. Like, I want to be like, yeah, this is good. I want that type of level. And I'm really, really there. Like, I'm really proud of myself. Like, I'm really happy with myself. I'm really, you know how they say you pat everyone else on the back but yourself, or you congratulate everyone else but yourself? Yes. There's a new song out by MJB called Hello Gorgeous. Oh my God, I just love that song because she literally just talking about wake up and say hello to yourself. Yes. So I'm in that phase. I'm just like, you know, happy with who Tamara has become, happy with where she's going, content too, because God has been so good to me, and just so grateful for everything. And no, I'm not where I saw myself at this phase. If you would have asked me 20, 15 years ago where I saw myself today, no, I'm not there. But I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm whole in areas that I was not whole in. And I'm just excited about that and just living. Like, I'm not like, oh, well, you know, this is too, no. Today was a good day, and I pray I make it to tomorrow. And when tomorrow comes, it's coming, and I'm ready and I'm prepared. Like, it's just I'm in a different place. It's a different place. So you're going to see that on the album. You're going to see, you're going to hear, the gratefulness. You're going to hear what real peace is. You're going to hear what it takes to get there, because it's work. And it's a lot of tears, and it's some goodbyes, and it's some hellos, and it's putting your foot down and creating boundaries. Say that. Okay? In your career life, no, you can't have that. It's Saturday. I'm sorry. Contact me on Monday. There you go. Okay? You know, it's even with family and friends. No, I can't be there. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I can't. Yeah. Saying no with having, you know, the peace to say no and not feeling guilty. Whatever it is that allows you to have peace, you know, with you, God, and your fellow man, that's most likely going to resonate in this next album. So
I'm excited, girl. I am excited. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you. Yeah. And I can see the joy and the happiness just sparkling all about.
Yes.
That is so. Now we got to get into the business.
Yes.
Well, before we get into that, I want to talk about this. I have seen you put on events that have really celebrated other women. Now, you may have touched on that a little bit, but can you tell a little bit about what that is and how that came to be?
Yeah. Well, again, sometimes you don't even know what you're doing until you see it from the outside. I was a latchkey kid, meaning that I had my own key in elementary school, y'all. I walked to the bus. I walked to the subway. I walked to school
in New York
by myself in New York City. This is very common. By myself. So, and my siblings are like 20 plus years older than me.
Oh, so you're the baby.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I have like 3 sets of parents: 2 brothers, parents, sister, and a mother and a father. So what I realized coming up, my friends were like my brothers and sisters because they were my age. Different things like that. And my friends were my circle, you know? So what you're talking about is sister love. We have, basically, it started as find like minds, find like spirits, find women who are tired of going to the girl power conference and there's nothing but sour, bitter energy and spirits and all that other hoopla that's around it. Can I find, I don't care how small it is, a group of women who just really love themselves and can channel that to another woman? So the Sister Love Circle, which we started with Women Empowerment Month, is just that. We have women in St. Louis, we have women in New Jersey, we have women in DC, we have women in California, we have women in Las Vegas, Atlanta, of course, in this Sister Love Circle. And we're basically committed to supporting each other. Okay. Most of them are entrepreneurs. They might have a full-time job or whatever, but most of them are entrepreneurs. So even if it's, sister, what you got going on? Oh, okay. Press the share button on Facebook. If you can't pay for a ticket or pay for your friend's product or service, share their stuff on Facebook and Instagram.
Say that again for the people in the back.
Why can't you press the share button?
Support your people.
Support your people.
Yes,
when you see that share button, put that share button. So basically, and my Sister Love Circle knows that, that's the minimum level of requirement in our group, is to share each other's stuff. And blessed be it, because I'm a person who's about accountability. If your stuff is not right, I will help you. I'll be like, sis, you know, get your packaging together, get your business right and stuff. I want to help you, but you're going to have to put some foundation stuff in line. That is there. Lo and behold, the women we have now, though, are so super solid
together.
Oh my gosh. Like, you see my eyebrows now. This is one of them. Her packaging, her makeup packaging. I mean, look at this brow, girl. Yeah. That's her makeup. That's like Issei. Oh, that's all. That's high level. Like, the women that we have in this group are so legit and so solid, and they operate in so much excellence. And they're from all industries: nonprofit industry, television, radio, makeup, government. We just have so many different angles in there. That's the type of circle that I wanted to create. I wanted to create a circle where it's just support. They say sometimes your biggest supporters are people who you don't know. People who you don't know that well. So that's what that came out of. And we're all just rooting for each other, doing things with each other where it makes sense. So that was what you saw, the Sister Love Circle, all that type of stuff. Yeah, and I was doing a lot for youth because, again, being an educator, different things like that. I have come across opportunities that I've noticed wasn't fairly distributed. I'm like, okay, how come I ain't got this information on the east side? So I had one of those series dedicated to basically just dishing information on where to find money for college that, a lot of people just don't know about, like major databases that are for real, where you don't have to hunt and find and all that type of stuff. Yeah, because at the time I was doing, and I'm still sort of connected to them. I'm going to see where it goes next year. But I was doing a STEM program with Morehouse College. And when I say the level of just the minds of these young boys of color, because it's BIPOC, any boy of color can be a part of it. I was just like, the information that they were getting, the requirements that they were having, I was like, this is not going everywhere. Like, what's going on? Like, we need to make this bigger and all of that. So I was just like, I'm going to start with the women and the men who I know and who have children, and I'm going to get this information to them. So that was another part of it. So
I love that. I love, so you're going to have to, how do you follow the Sister Circle of Love? Is there a link, or is there a group you can follow, or do you just put stuff out and then you guys just, how do you do that?
Yes. So follow me. And when you follow me, you'll see really heavily during Women's Empower Months. That's when our program series happens. So go ahead and follow me, because I have the Music Business School, I have Sister Love Circle, and then I have Tamara Goldinella as the artist, all centralized. So once you follow me, you'll be able to get access to everything.
Yes, that's what we're going to do. Y'all going to see it on the screen. Make sure you do that so you can share it and support and find out the scoop on everything there is to know about that. Now, I ain't going to ask you to sing yet, because you know I'm going to ask. You know I'm going to ask.
Let me straighten up the back.
Just a little sample so y'all can see what I'm talking about. But you mentioned some own business ventures that you're getting into.
Yeah.
You can hint around if you want to. Share as much as you want to share.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that, though.
Yes. So, for decades now, like at least 2, I have been renting venues, booking venues, of course, to have my events. And now it's time for me to have my own venue. So look out. Not giving you the name because we are trademarking the name, and y'all know about trademark. You got to be in business and functioning before you can actually trademark. So we're going to trademark the name. I'm not giving it out right now, but yes, it's time for that next level. It's been a long time. So God, what's up? What's up? What's up? So yeah, we are doing the foundation, the research, and again, operating in wisdom, because this real estate market is something else. It's something else. The commercial has its own little issues, and the residential has its own little issues. So navigating that and figuring out how we want to be a part of this art world of Atlanta, because, you know, there's enough of that. We want to bring something else. You know, we want to bring something else. So there's a curation part, and then there's the real estate part that needs to come together. We're working on that right now. So stay tuned.
I'm going to tell y'all, because I'm going to be liking and sharing and letting y'all know, hey, meet me at the spot. Hey. Because we're going to be in there jamming, baby, because it's a good time.
A good old time.
Yes, baby. And I'm going to be lip syncing to my very best ability.
And it's for the mature Atlanta. Okay?
Yes, it is.
We want to go to a place where it's not like, ooh, the sights.
Yes.
Oh, God, did they just say that?
We want to go where people good and grown.
Hey, good and grown.
Good and grown.
Good and grown.
And it's just going to be a nice time. And for the woo, y'all got y'all spots.
Y'all got enough.
Y'all got plenty of spots.
Can we have our spot? Do you have to twerk on my couch? Do you have to twerk on my couch?
Girl.
You have to twerk on my couch?
No, please
Everything?
don't.
Okay. You got to put your heels and your cigarette butt in my couch.
Don't do that either.
Okay.
Don't do that. You won't be doing that at this place.
No, ma'am.
So I'm
here go your tab.
Right.
Upholstery. Located on. I already put in the ticket.
Oh, that's right.
Just need your credit card.
That's right. There you go. I love it.
Oh, man.
Oh, now, so, okay. Before I ask you to sing, because I just got to hear a little something. You mentioned earlier, and I just want for people who have not heard, because I had not heard this. You mentioned the 7 mountains.
Yeah.
And I was like, that sounds like something I might just need to know, just so I know. What is that?
Yeah, so the 7 mountains are the 7, I would say, main areas of influence in a culture, society, in a government. And the 7 mountains are business, the financial industry, the education industry, entertainment and media. What are the others? Religion, because the faith it highly impacts the way we interact in the world. So I'm called to the entertainment and media mountain. And if you know what you know, we impact the way you think. We impact the way you vote. We impact how you feel on a daily basis. You mess around, listen to the wrong song, it'll shift your whole life. It'll shift your whole perspective for the day. Like music, and all my music therapists and my chiropractors out there, those who study the physiology, the body, and how the vibrations and the frequencies affect the body, you know what I'm talking about, because music is literally a part of psychology, because it aids in the actual physiological healing of the human body. So it's a big deal. Why you having you're being impacted on a much deeper level. Okay, we research. I have my students research this. How many artists died, committed suicide particularly? What were they listening to? Who were they around? What project were they working on when they committed suicide? And you will see that 9 times out of 10, they were working on a very dark film or something like that. the character that they were playing was a very dark, sinister type character, different things like that. Let's go into the music side. Listen to the last song or last album that the artist made before they were murdered, before they committed suicide, and you will see that they were already resonating death. And that thing ricocheted and came right on back. Yeah. So you have to understand that it's much more than just being entertained and feeling good. The very opposite can happen. You know, and you guys know that, you know about the 60s, you know about the civil rights era. Those songs still powerful today. The Sam Cookes, all of that, still powerful to today. Changed worldviews and perspectives globally. Why do you think politicians, I work with one now in LA, why do you think politicians always want to connect with music artists? You think it's just like, oh, we just need a little entertainment, we just spice it up? No. It is political strategy to connect to the level of influence that artist has, because that artist changes the way people think. People worship artists even. You listen to the languaging that they use. Oh, you know, she's the queen, she's the king, he's the king, sorry. Or, you know, the religious garb surrounding certain artists, that idolatry garb that surrounds music artists. It is a very real thing. The root of marketing is psychology. Yes.
Say that again.
The root of marketing is psychology. When you have a publicist, public relations artist, or a marketing strategist, they are using psychology principles to design how they are bringing a product or service to the world. Because they know how you behave. They know how your attitudes. They know your values. They know how you think. So they're predicting what you're going to do. And 9 times out of 10, they're very, very right. Yes. Facebook would not have 5 billion people on it, if you know there wasn't something going on and they didn't know how humans do. So you know, understand that and be aware of that if you weren't as of today.
Yes, that is so true and so important. I tell my kids that what you watch, what you consume, impacts you. I mean, if you wake up first thing in the morning, you're on TikTok, and then you wondering why you in a bad mood or you're cranky, you watch something foolish on TikTok, and now everybody's on edge because you acting out, because you've seen something that wasn't edifying to your spirit. It's so important. I mean, that is just powerful. I'm so glad you explained that and shared what that is, because that is so true. About everything. That's for grown-ups. That's for all ages.
Know what your kids are listening to. Oh my gosh. I can't tell you the suicide rates of young people, the suicide rates of Black men. The suicide rates in men is higher than the suicide rates amongst women.
It sure is.
So
check on your people.
Check on your people.
Do that. Please do that.
Whew,
all right. Now we can get to some singing. Now that we had that little brief, the more you know moment. We got to hear whatever you choose, yours, covering someone else's. I just know your voice is beautiful, so whatever you do is going to be good.
All right. I feel actually a song from my first album. It's called One More. And the lyrics pretty much speak for itself. So I'll go ahead and just sing a couple of lines from that. It was a very special year. Didn't know what to expect. It was a very interesting year. Didn't know what to expect. It special year. Didn't understand it at first. It was a very interesting year. Got a little closer his word. So open up yourself. Let him get into your heart. Open up yourself. Let him give you a fresh start. Open up yourself. You gotta know what's going on. Open up yourself. Let him show you who you are. It's only life, it's only life. Beating a beating, beating out the window. It's only life, it's only life. Waking, waking, waking up the window. It's only life, it's only life. Taking and taking, taking the answers. It's only life, it's only life. Waiting, waiting, waiting for an answer. All right, so y'all know I messed up the lyrics a second ago.
Did you?
But did you realize it?
No.
No, you didn't. So when y'all get the song, y'all gonna be like, wait a minute.
That's what she said on that.
That's not what she said. But we are paid to not let you know that. You got to keep going. But yeah, that's my
I love that.
Yeah, that's on my first album.
Girl, can you teach me how to sing that? No, you can't. Don't lie. No, she can't.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
Oh, that is so beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
A blessing. Such a
spread
gift.
Life. Spread life.
I love that.
Life and love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Make people want to live. Make people want to try again.
Yes.
Make people feel excited about waking up to the next day. That's what I want to do. That's the type of music I want to sing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to tell you to kill yourself and, you know, pop 50,000 pills. I want you to live.
No, that's right. Live and live abundantly.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Live with joy and happiness.
Yeah, I want you to find yourself and, you know, enjoy your journey. Enjoy your journey. It's until the day comes. That's right. Forever learning. I don't care how old you are. 86 years old. Start something new.
Yes. That's right.
You wanted to do it? That lady who was on Black Panthers, she got her first movie role in her 80s.
Sure did.
Yeah, she just recently passed. But she made it. And she did what? I don't even remember how many billions. It became the #1. She can say before she left, it might have taken long, but it was the #1 Marvel movie of all times. And it was such a precedent one because it was the first Black superhero. So maybe the wait is that long because it's just that great.
That's right.
Enjoy your journey, whatever it is. We all have our own, you know.
That's right. We following you on yours. Y'all,
please do.
Follow this lady right here. I mean, Tamara Goldinella. Y'all, Shangalangs. Y'all better get y'all Shangalangs together so we can go to this spot for our age before mature audience.
Yes.
So we can go hear more of this beautiful voice and see more of your artists and the events and everything that you're going to be doing too.
Yes.
So we're going to have it all in the show notes. So y'all can't say, well, how you didn't tell us how. You gonna know how. You gonna know how. And please share this, tag it, like it, share it, tell somebody about it. If you are an aspiring artist, you're a young person who needs to learn. Yes. This is the lady you need to get to know real quick.
Come and see us. Music Business Mentor Center. Everything you need to know to avoid the major legal and business mistakes in this industry. Come and see us. Our next cohort is in January. We're finishing up the 2021 cohort now. We have one more session. So check us out for next year.
That's okay, y'all. Get on it now. Get on it now. It's already December. Get on it now. Don't say, oh, I missed. You ain't gonna miss it because you already know.
It'd be the best birthday gift. You want to do somebody something special?
Do that.
Give them the birthday gift of that.
That's right. Girl, knowledge, because that's a gift that keeps on giving. And it probably will get you paid, too. You know what you're doing. Thank y'all so much for coming in the living room. Thank you.
Thank you, girl.
So much for coming.
This was amazing.
We had a good
This
time.
podcast is the bomb. Organically funny.
Too sweet.
I love it. You and your best friend, like I told you, I love the chemistry.
Clowning.
Support good podcasts, y'all.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
I thank you for that, and thank you for coming up, rolling up here.
Rolling up to 2 houses that were... How did you do that? Tamara,
Oh,
you
right
just spoke to
on.
her.
Right on past.
And then drove away to turn around and stop at somebody else's house. That Spanish man was like, I was like, I'm sorry, my brother.
He's like, no podcast at this house. Go down the street, but you found it. Look, when you got here, though, it was right on time.
Hey,
we had a
always
good time today. We had our tea. You guys follow, support, tag, like, and share, and do something else. Tell somebody out there how important they are, how valued they are, and how much you support them and love them, because that is one thing that Tamara has shared, that circle is so important to support each other. Even if all you do is like it and share it, that's all you can afford to do that and love on somebody special in your life today. And y'all be good, be blessed, be good to yourselves, be good to each other. Thank you for rolling with us, riding with us on the podcast, and we will see you when we see you.
Bye to religion, bye to contention, bye to ambition with empty direction, bye to the pain from the empty and the vain, bye to my heart and just giving it away, bye to the answers from man I didn't receive. Trust me right now, I know who to believe. Bye to the question of why I'm here. Been through so much now, I see it's very clear. I've grown strong, I'm happy. Trying to take my life, but I'm still in one piece. Had to walk away from many things, from people too, and their silly games. Had I known what I was called to be, I would have never kept misery as company. I've grown strong, I'm happy. Try to take my life, but I'm still in one piece. High to my vision, high to my mission, high to my passions without contradictions, high to love, high to new places, high to new people with good intentions, higher